Hello and welcome to ThriftCart Timesheets. In this video, we'll be looking at clocking in, clocking out for our volunteers and staff members, running reports on our timesheets, and also adding manual entries as a manager if you need to punch someone in or punch some out, or maybe record some sick time into their timesheets. First, for punching in, your staff members, when logged into ThriftCart here, can type their name into this search box. Maybe we'll type in Bill, and then click search. And ThriftCart will pull up any active employee or volunteer with the name Bill in either their first name, like we have in Bill Jones, or last name, like this Jim Billings. The employee can identify themselves and clock in. Now, obviously, you can see there that a staff member is able to see fellow staff members and volunteers in the system as well, and could definitely punch them in or punch them out if they wanted to. So if this is a concern at your store and you need an additional level of security on there, you can also turn on a camera activation to where it requires a photo be submitted with the punch in, punch out, at which point it activates the computer camera and snaps a picture of whoever is standing there in front of the screen punching in, punching out. This way you can help verify that the correct person is clocking their time, as well as, based on the background of that photo, verify that they are at the store computer instead of maybe a personal computer. For an additional level of security, you could require that a manager's permissions be entered at the time of a time punch. This definitely might be burdensome for the manager if they need to be present for all staff or volunteers punching in or punching out, but it is an option. And these levels of security can be turned on individual-wide as well. So you might require that photos be taken for only certain staff or volunteers, time punches, or that manager permission be required for only a select few. So that is up to your discretion. At any time now, when the staff are clocked in, your managers can come look at this View Active Workers option on the left-hand side of the screen, View Active Workers, and see everyone who's punched in, punched out. So here we have Michael Nearing, Steve Roberts, and Jim Billings. You can see total number of hours completed, not including the current work or just in their current time here. So if you see that, somebody's been signed in for a long period of time, maybe they forgot to punch out, you could completely invalidate a sign-in. Or if you know that somebody's not presently working at the time, you could invalidate a sign-in. Maybe we'll invalidate Jim Billings here. Or if you think that someone just forgot to clock out the night before, as a manager, you could come here to Timesheets and then drop down to Make Manual Entries. Start typing the name of the person. Maybe we'll do one here for Michael. So we'll select Michael Nearing here, make entry, view entries. And at this point, we could just add a single manual entry, such as punching him out. So we'll select clock out and select our time, maybe 4 in the afternoon, and put a note here, forgot to clock out. And the manual entry has been added. Now we could also add a quick entry, which is both a punch in and punch out all at one time. And this can work well if you are, say, recording holiday or sick time for a staff. So maybe we want to give holiday time yesterday here for Michael, full 8 hours of work, and add a manual entry. Okay, now let's run a timesheet. So back here again to the left-hand side of the screen, we'll select View Print Timesheets. Again, you can search for your workers or scroll through the list of them here. We'll just type in Michael again. And here's Michael Nearing. This time we'll select Print Timesheet. And now we have the option with these top buttons to enter in a date range for this timesheet if we wanted it to just be maybe a given week, or maybe we wanted to run a timesheet for a volunteer for their whole year's worth of service. You can enter any time range in here, or you can run a most recent 2-week time period, Saturday to Friday or Monday to Sunday. These can work well for generating timesheets for payroll for those who are on paid time if you're on a 2-week paid time period there. Here, I'm going to clear out the dates quick. And then just wanted to point out that for whatever date range that you run, the total number of hours worked during that time period show up here on the top right section of this timesheet. There's also the option to run reports that are not just these timesheet reports. So I'll come down here to reports on the lower end of the left-hand options, select our timesheet reports, and then we can see this timesheet aggregate report. So if you wanted to run a report for, say, all of your volunteers or all of your staff or community service workers, instead of just one or the other, that would be an option as well. So let's run this report here for volunteers. And we see a list here of our various volunteers with their worker IDs, a number of hours on a project. We can put in our start date, end date, so on and so forth. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, support@thriftcart.com, SUPPORT, support@thriftcart.com. I look forward to getting you rolling with timesheets if you're not already using the system, or answering questions you might have. Thanks for watching.